Okay, so we have our fretboard cut down the size and everything. It's a little bit thicker according to my measurements, but it's better to be too thick than too thin. I can always sand down, which I'm going to have to sand on this anyway. So I look at it, and this side is the smoothest, the prettiest, I think. This side's kind of rough. So that's what I'm going to glue down, and this is what I'm going to leave upward. So, but before I glue it on or anything, I need to get my fret slots cut in, and they have to be at very precise positions. So to do that, I have, whoops, I won't have it if I keep dropping it. I have this miter box, I guess you would call it, that I had to build. And it has a metal pin. You probably can't see it, but right up there at that corner there's a metal pin. And what it does, that metal pin does, this has little notches. So when I put it in there, the notches fit and hold that into place. There's each of those little cutouts that fit in that pin. So you go to one spot, you cut your slot. Next spot, you cut your slot. And it puts them exactly where they need to be on the fretboard this way. So what I got to do is I take this, and I have some double-sided sticky tape, and I tape these two things together on one edge. So I can lay it in this box upside down like that, and I have what's called a fret saw, a Japanese pull saw here. Okay, there it is. I put it that way so it does not come off there. I put 2 screws in to hold it in place because this saw pulls. So what I'll do, every one of those notches that it fits in, I got to take this adjustment off of here because it will not work with this. This piece I'm taking it off. If I'm doing it without this box, keeps it from going too deep. So what I'll do is everywhere it needs to cut, I cut a groove. I ain't going to do it right now because that's not in position. And do that all the way down until I have all my grooves for these to go in. I have fret wire, and I got to cut it and put it in place here and put it in those grooves. So I'll get to doing that, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done there. And then I'll have to sand this off at a radius, which I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But this block, if you see, it has a curve here. And what I do, you put sandpaper on it, and you go over this like that, which that is a little bit wide. I think I need to trim an edge off of that, which I will do. And it'll put that curve on the top of there. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So for now, I'm just going to get the grooves cut. I'm going to have to trim a little edge off of that and come back. Okay, so now I have it glued or taped together straight on the edge with that. It's got the notches here where I want them. There are 2 sides to this for 2 different guitars. The side I need is this side here for Fender 25.5 inch. Okay, so the first notch is right about here, so I'm going to cut it with, make the mark with it. There. It's got a ridge that stops it from going too deep. And do the same thing on down, all the way down. This is for where the nut goes, so these are going to be real close together here. And that was the last one. So, I don't know if you can see it now. Yeah. So as you can see, all those grooves are cut. And they are cut exactly where I need them. Okay, so all the grooves are cut. Don't know if you can, yeah, you can see them there. They're all exactly where I need them. I could just get the measurements and measure it and then cut them. But this way, with this tool, makes it so much easier and so much accurate. I mean, it puts them exactly where you need them. You don't have to mess with pencil marks and making sure you're in the right spot. It helps a lot. It was a lot of money, but it was well worth the money. So now, what I got to do is take this off of here, and I got to put that radius on it with this block and sandpaper. So I can unscrew my tool here from the bench. And now I can get this right out of my way. And I gotta make sure I do not lose anything here. Makes a mess on my table, but it's part of the job. So first thing I gotta do is pry that off of there without breaking it, because that tape does stick good usually. I think I can do it. Ooh, no, it stuck really good. There. See, it's called carpet tape, and it's sticky on both sides, and it really sticks. Which is good for a job like this. You don't want something coming loose when you're trying to work on it. It can mess the whole thing up. So now I gotta stick this to something else and get some sandpaper and do the sanding to put the radius on this. Maybe I can peel enough off to use where I'll stick that thing down to the table, and I don't have to waste more of it. It's sticking to my fingers. I don't know if it's going to stick to the table or not. Looks like a snake hide there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's gonna keep it from going anywhere on me. I'm using a real hard grit sandpaper, or coarse grit, and this sometimes takes a long time, and you just go. And also, where's my pencil? This way I can take my pencil, mark and mark it up real good. That way I can tell when I get it sanded where it's all the way to the top, I'll know I'm done. And once all the pencil marks are gone, it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up because that can take a long while, and then I'll come back.